What I want to say is that you are unique. The way you are, there's no one in the world as you. You are unique. You are wonderfully made and dare to have aspirations.
Hi guys, welcome to Africa Web TV. My name is Phay. Today we are in The Hague at the Dutch Parliament, where we're going to be talking to one of my role models, Amma Asante. She's originally from Ghana, and the last time Africa Web TV spoke with her, she was campaigning to be a member of Parliament. And now that she is a member of Parliament, she's going to be taking us through her journey from then up until now and what her role is in the Parliament. So stay tuned and be inspired.
I am a spokesperson for higher education, which is universities and universities of applied sciences. I have to translate everything from Dutch to English. So anything on universities, on students, student housing, whatever, that's my portfolio. No matter where you come from, no matter the color of your skin, no matter the education background of your parents, when you have the talent, when you are motivated, it should be possible for you to enter into the educational system and get the best out of yourself and the best out of the system. So that's our agenda, and that is my agenda for the coming period.
In Amma Asante's view, what are the main obstacles faced by students from migrant communities?
Many reports have shown out that when you put somebody with my background together with, let's call her Fleur. You know, Fleur, both her parents, her father is doctor, her mother is lawyer. But Amma and Fleur, they have the same equal intelligence. The teacher who has to advise us on what to do after the primary school or after the secondary school will say, well, you know, Fleur, you can go to the university, no problem. But she will tell me, Amma, it's a bit difficult. If I were you, I will advise you to go and do Phay MBO. Although, objectively, Fleur and Amma, they are, you know, both very intelligent. So being underestimated by our environment doesn't really help our self-confidence. So yes, poverty, lack of experience from the parental background, and lack of self-confidence and support from your environment. I think those are the main problems that you have to deal with when you are a first-generation student.
I find it quite interesting that Amma Asante mentioned the underestimation by one's environment, especially one is a woman who also happens to be a woman of color. How does she deal with this now that she's in a higher place?
It doesn't worry me anymore because I have come to the point that I don't need to be defined by my environment. I have already defined myself. Yeah. So I have a good definition, positive definition of myself. And I'm not bothered by what other people think of me. But that is a process, you know, that is something that hopefully you will grow into as you are maturing in life. That you come to know who you are, exactly, and your weak points and your, you know, your strong points. And I tend to work with my strong points and focus on those things.
Does Amma Asante think her ethnicity plays a role in her functioning at the Dutch Parliament?
I don't think directly, I don't think so. Indirectly, obviously, we have 150 members of parliament, and there's one as black as I am. So obviously everybody can notice. But do I see it in my work? No. But what is relevant for me in my work is that because the way I am, and because of my background and my experience, I hope that I can represent others who are not here, who are in society, but who are not in parliament yet. So I hope that somewhere, somehow, somebody may look at me and say, wow, it is possible. Yeah. You know, if Amma is there, that means I can also be there. That is my hope. Yes. Yeah. We should have a day where we celebrate diversity. where we highlight the positive elements of diversity, but also where we talk about the challenges of the multicultural society.
The last time Amma Asante spoke with Africa Web TV, she talked about diversity events to educate and enlighten people. Does she still hold this belief?
When I speak with students and youngsters, what I notice is the importance of role models. Somebody, whom they can picture. And I always use this example of my daughter. She's 9 years old, and she's doing gymnastics. And the teachers told me that she's really gifted. But somewhere, somehow, her giftings were not really coming out. She was struggling with some things. And then past summer, when we had the Olympic Games, there was one particular girl from the United States. Yes, Simone Biles. And she was winning all the medals. And one day I was watching television with my daughter, and then I saw her, the way she was taking notice of Simone and the way it was having an impact on her. Yeah. She became so moved and inspired, and then the day after she had a training, and her teacher sent me a picture of a jump that my daughter did. It was, she has never jumped as high as before. So I spoke with her and I said, wow, you did great today during the training. And then she said, yes, if Simone Biles can do it, I can do it. And that is, that showed me how important it is to have a picture of somebody, who looks like you, doing something that you thought it was impossible. It gives us courage, it gives us strength, it gives us hope. What I'm planning to do is I am planning to organize community dialogues with students, and I want to invite CEOs from companies. I want to bring them to the communities, and to talk with our youth. And I want to invite women, I want to invite black CEOs, I want to invite CEOs from companies who comes from homes where, it's where you wouldn't think it would be possible for them to achieve the position where they're in, and talk to our youngsters, and just tell them that it is possible, it can be done. So that is one of the main points on my agenda right now.
On a lighter note, is Amma Asante aware that she has a namesake, another Amma Asante who lives in England and is making waves in the film industry as director?
Yes, I have more than heard about her. Actually, it's such a coincidence. She's such a wonderful person. A few years ago, I think it was 9 years ago, because my daughter is now 9, when I delivered of my first child, I received an email from Amma Asante, and I was like, who is this? And then she sent me an email and she said, people often switch me for you. I've been hearing about you, I have been reading about you, and I would like to pay you a visit. I'll be coming to Amsterdam, can we meet? So we met 9 years ago. She paid me a visit, and it was wonderful. And ever since, we have been having contacts through social media. For me, she is a role model, because she's breaking barriers and she is delivering quality films. She's just amazing.
Lastly, as a role model to many people, what word of advice or inspiration would Amma Asante like to give out to young African or even non-African girls who aspire to reach to the top?
What I want to say is that you are unique. The way you are, there's no one in the world as you. You are unique. Be proud of who you are, and do not let anybody tell you differently. And also dare to ask for help, because many of us, we think that when you are asking for help, it is a sign of weakness, but it is, for me personally, it is a sign of weakness when you don't know something and you don't dare to ask somebody who has the answer. It saves you sweat and time and energy. Dare to ask and learn, and go for it. You are unique, and don't let anybody tell you that you are not. You have to define yourself. You have to know who you are.
Oh, that's very clear. Thank you so much for talking with us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Need I say more? You've heard it yourself from the woman Amma Asante, the first Ghanaian to be in the Dutch Parliament. I hope she has inspired you as much as she has inspired me. So till we meet again next time, this is Faye from Africa Web TV. Bye for now.